Hello, everybody. Charlie here at JC3 Cards and Collectibles, back with the Stu Meister, looking over my shoulder. Stu and I are here to share with you some of our sales for the week again. We do this every Sunday. By the way, today is a Super Bowl Sunday, and if you are watching us here on Super Bowl Sunday, know that we have a Super Bowl sale going on in the store. Hop on over to JC3 Cards and Collectibles on eBay, and you will find a sale for 20% off all Kansas City Chiefs and San Francisco 49ers cards. So, Stu and I wanted to bring some of our auto racing cards to you this time. Auto racing has been a new passion for us here at JC3 Cards and Collectibles. I was never a big NASCAR fan, and I really had no interest in F1 until I started selling cards. And I started, honestly, if I'm going to be totally honest, what sucked me in is some of these Netflix shows about the auto racing leagues, F1 and NASCAR. And they started to show me some of the personality of these drivers, the challenges they go through, some of these destinations they go to, and they sucked me in. And now I'm hooked. I am hooked on auto racing, especially F1. I really like that. I'm excited about that season starting up soon. NASCAR is getting hot. We're about to get started on the full season here. We had an exhibition clash at the Coliseum last weekend. But if you are a fan of NASCAR, we are going to show you our, not just NASCAR and F1. If you are a fan of auto racing, we are going to show you our sales for the week, and we will be back right after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are here to talk about our auto racing sales for the week. So if you look at all of our sport offerings this week in our sales, you will see auto racing is about 17% of all of our sport sales this week. That is pretty impressive to me, mostly because you'll notice it is outselling basketball. And basketball is traditionally known as one of the big four. The season is going on. But right now, for us at least at JC3 Cards and Collectibles, auto racing is hotter than basketball. Now, a couple reasons for that. NASCAR launched last weekend. The F1 season will launch at the end of this month. I believe it starts in Bahrain. And then we've got these Netflix shows out there really driving the hype cycle. People are getting more interested into it. It worked for me. It made me transition from, hey, I just want to diversify my store and have some offerings in it, to now I actually want to watch some of these races. I used to say on the NASCAR circuit, I was like, I get so bored just watching that left turn every week, right, Stu? But I'm starting to understand some of the personalities in racing. Honestly, there's a lot of new names that I wasn't familiar with. The F1 circuit, I like a little bit more. It's more exclusive. I like the road courses with all the different turns in them. What do we call them? Chicanes, I believe. Trying to get up to speed on my F1 lingo. But it's really exciting once you start to get to know the people behind the wheel, and some of the rules in those sports that try to make the competition even. The personalities, though, are just outstanding. They're kind of over the top, and you probably have to be to jump in something that's going to go over 200 miles an hour and put your life on the line every week in a competition like that. But really exciting here at JC3 Cards and Collectibles, because we are kind of carving out a niche and selling more and more auto racing cards every week. It's been a solid seller for us. We continue to grow our inventory in that space. And it's a market that we are going to dedicate ourselves to and continue to try and grow in. So let's get into some of the sales for this week. We've got our list here of the sales we've made. So we've got 5 nice cards we sold this week. You know, that's, like I said, I believe it was 17% of our overall volume. We did not have a huge week of sales this week, but a good chunk of them here coming from F1 and NASCAR. We've got 2021 Topps Chrome Formula One, Jahan Daruvala. That is interesting to me. So that is that checkered flag parallel down here in the bottom left. That is an F2 driver. So that is someone in the development leagues of F1. You can kind of think of that as a prospect card. So that is either someone who is a diehard fan of that driver or someone speculating on who's going to make the jump next. It is a nice parallel card. I like the checkered flags. That's kind of a cool idea. It is a refractor card, so it looks sharp. The other thing that kind of surprises me that I see cards like this sell is that it's not actually the driver that it's focusing on. It is the Red Bull card in the F2 circuits that it is focusing on. So you can kind of see a helmet there. You can't see a driver's face or anything. You are buying the image of the Red Bull car. And I think that is cool, but in terms of the hobby, people typically are looking for the portrait shots, and those are the best sellers. In this case, I was able to make this sale for $3.60. The F1 market I really like because I think it is a more exclusive fan base. I think the product is a little more exclusive. They don't print as much as your football, your baseball, your basketball. There's plenty of it out there, don't get me wrong, but it is not as mainstream as some of those others. And because of that, the supply and demand is different, and there's less of it printed than some of those big major sports. So really happy, $3.60. That tells me I can feel confident continuing to put some of these F2 cards out there, and in more specifics, putting some of these detailed car images out in our store because there is a market for them. Up next, we've got a 2020 Topps Chrome F1 freshest insert. Alexander Albon, his rookie card for Red Bull Racing, right prominently in the center of the screen. Alexander Albon is now with Williams Racing. He's no longer with Red Bull, but exciting to make a sale of his rookie card from 2020. He is not one of the biggest names in F1, but you're always going to have a little bump with their rookie cards. And in this case, I was able to make that sale for $5. Up next, the 2021 Topps Chrome Sapphire, Pierre Gasly. He was the Grand Prix winner in Italy for the featured season, and I made that sale for $3.50. So you can see that one. Blue Sapphire is always a good choice. Such a nice finish. It excites Stu. And we really like those. I will buy them as often as I can when I find them in value boxes at a decent price. In this case, I enjoy watching Pierre Gasly race as well. It's hard to tell in that mask, but he's a relatively young racer. 2021 was not his rookie year. It might have been his second year in the F1 circuit, but he had been prominent in the F2 and F3 and the kart racing. Really devoted his whole life so far. What I thought was the coolest when I made this sale is I believe, don't quote me on this, I might not be 100% accurate. I sometimes get some old news, but on the day this card sold, I believe it was Pierre Gasly's birthday. And it is really fun to say the Frenchman's name. Say it with me, Pierre Gasly. Hopefully he has a good season on F1 and gives Max Verstappen a challenge. Up next, we have our lone NASCAR sale of the week. As we said, NASCAR had its exhibition race last weekend at the LA Coliseum. We sold a 2022 Panini Prism Racing Icons, Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart, I'm not sure what year he retired from the track. I see him in interviews at times and in the box announcing some things. Nice Icons insert here. $1.50 I got for that. I appreciate his service to the sport, so I was happy to list him in my store and make that sale. And then finally, we have the top dog in F1 right now. 2022 Topps Chrome Max Verstappen, Oracle Red Bull Racing. This is in the top right here. Another card profile. You can see Max standing alongside his car celebrating, but really this is a card shot. Excuse me. That's a car shot. That's a profile image of the car more than it is the driver. And we were able to make a sale for this one this week at $2.99. So again, even though the portraits are the most highly sought after, and I sell quite a few Max Verstappen portrait shots with the professional photography and the headshot and the pose. I'm starting to see more and more that you can move these shots of the cars as well. Some people just like the logos on the cars. They want to represent it. The cars change every year. In fact, that's one of the reasons F1 is starting to heat up, because we've been having a series of team reveals of their new cars for the 2024 season happening the last couple of weeks. So really nice sale here. Max Verstappen is the #1 seller in F1 right now because of his dominance in winning the season last year. He is the favorite again this year. He had such a dominating season last year. It was record breaking. It was historical. It's exciting to think about what might be happening this year. All right. So that is our auto racing sales for the week. Me and Stu are out there working hard, try to find more offerings for you to keep these coming out there. Thank you for taking the time to check these out today. We are not done yet, though. We still have some more sports sales that we're going to talk about. You should be able, we'll go over here. You should be able to click on the next one right over here. I think we're going to go on to basketball next. If you want to click that short link and go right into there, you can do that. If you need to come back to us later, you'll be able to find it in our videos. Thank you for watching. If you like the content, give us a like, a thumbs up. If it's your first time here and you're enjoying it, hit that sub button so we can know that you're appreciating this content and you'd like to see more of it. Till next time, me and the Stu are saying...